What's up, everybody? This is Mr.Aubin, president of May18th.org. I'm here for my one-on-one with BlaiseUp.
Who is Ben?
Ben is a lot of things. Ben is a gentleman that has been in a lot of places, has traveled a lot of wheres, but the main thing about Ben is someone who is a father and he's a husband, as well as he is the president of an organization that means to do well inside of our city.
Describe a day in Ben life.
A day in Ben life. Well, a day inside of my life is waking up, kissing my wife, seeing my children, and I have 5 of them, and wonderful children, and being able to have breakfast. And now inside of this day and age, once breakfast is had, prayer is had, we then commence to doing the everyday life, which consists of sitting down inside of the office, making the appropriate calls, doing just the daily things that need to be done for my livelihood as well as for May 18th.
If you could change anything from the past, would you do so?
There's so many things from the past that I could change, but why change the things from the past? Because the past is the reason why I've gotten to where I am now. And as I am where I am now from the past, it is also the reason why I know I will get where I'm going to be in the future. So no, I'd rather not change anything.
What is May 18th?
May 18th is vast, it's incredibly important, but the main thing is it's impactful. It impacts how the youth navigate inside of today's society. It also gives them the opportunity to be a part of society and be heard inside of society. There's a lot of cultural diversities in our wonderful world, and May 18th opens those doors in a very inclusive manner so that we all can be seen, can be heard, and can matter.
What is love to Ben? Define love.
To me, love is defined by the aspect, for me, of just loving, just reaching deeply inside of yourself and finding the emotion that allows for you to care, but not just caring, looking for something to be returned, but just caring without the expectation of it being returned back. It's amazing how people have the capacity to love and never realize that they're just loving and they're not looking for anyone to love them back. And to me, that's what love is.
Where do you find peace at your lowest?
At my lowest, I find peace inside of my spiritual space with God. That allows for me to center myself, and my belief system is essential in my ability to deal with whatever it may be that is causing pain, that is causing anger, and that is causing anxiety. That is how I find peace.
Where do you see yourself 10 years from now?
10 years from now, I see myself inside of a growing, wonderful economy inside of Palm Bay. I see myself being supportive of May 18th organization, and I see me being supportive of the youth that are going to be a part of this organization, which will reach not just here inside of Palm Bay, not just here in Florida, but in many other chapters around the world.
What does it mean to you being an islander living here in the United States?
Being an islander living here in the United States for me has a lot of meaning. Knowing that my mother came from what is considered a very difficult place in this hemisphere, from Haiti. She had to achieve so much just so she can get us here. And being here, we were able to work, to get education, to maintain our sense of belief, not lose our culture, but also integrate inside of the fabric of the great culture of America. And having done that, having worked inside of incredible environments, having been a part of things that most people wouldn't realize, like working with the FUGEES, and also working with Health First here in this area, General Electric. But the biggest thing about it is my mom had me on the side of a street in what is considered the poorest place in this hemisphere. But yet, as a Haitian, as we've always done, we rise to become the cream of the crop. And that is what it means to be an islander.
What one thing you forgot to do today?
One thing I forgot to do today was actually making sure to inform my wife that I'm going to be doing this interview. So when you see it, baby, I'm actually here with BlaiseUp doing an interview.
What do you want to be remembered for?
I want to be remembered as a father.
That's it? You say as a father? Oh, I like that the whole time. Your greatest fear?
My greatest fear is failure to be the right father for my children. All of the things that we do are ancillary, but the impact of your legacy are left through the annals of the children that you leave behind, for they will actually be the testimony of who I was.
How did you get the name Benjamin?
My mother named me Benjamin as the last son. My mother did not expect that she was going to have a son, and at the age of 40, she ended up having little old big me.
What were Ben doing 15 years ago?
15 years ago, I was on, that was in 2005. I was on a tour in Europe. I had just put a tour together for the FUGEES. I had reassembled them with ICM, with Mark Siegel. And Mark Siegel, a good friend, and who now is the head of ICM in New York, or one of the heads of ICM. He got a call from me, and I told him I'd like to bring the FUGEES back together. My good friend, Praz Michel, called him and went to see Wyclef Jean, and ICM had already had something going with Miss Lauryn Hill, where she was on tour. And with that, a lot of people think it's historic. We were able to travel Europe and go to about 22 different cities in 14 different countries in Europe. We stayed in castles, we stayed at wonderful places in Europe, all over the world, private jets. It was really amazing that a young Haitian boy could be doing something that was so much fun.
When during the time working with the FUGEES, being a Haitian Haitian American as well, another young man as well, being the artist being a Haitian American, what was the mindset of young Ben at that time?
Young Ben at that time was about making money. It was very capitalistic. I wanted to make as much financially as I could so that I can enjoy as much as I could. But the great thing about that, young Ben had also garnered responsibility. So I was saving as much as I could, which now offers me the ability to comfortably live and make decisions not based on financial need, but based on what I want to do.
From the FUGEES to Health First, what are the big difference for you?
There's quite a difference. First of all, there are not any fans screaming or yelling. There is the aspect of being a part of managing a company that is stable in one location and not one that moves constantly from one place to another, as well as the difference of music, which is not necessarily, it's something that deals more in emotion, and dealing with healthcare, which is something that deals more in health, are very different in a lot of ways.
L'Union fait la force. With all the things that's going on in 2020, what the advice you want to give to the young people that are protesting out there?
L'Union fait la force is a very strong aspect of the Haitian culture as well as the Haitian history. So with the union that we have, the togetherness, the unity, it definitely weaves a fabric that is stronger. I remember where a lot of analogies where you have one piece of paper and you can tear it easily. But when you have a book, it's virtually impossible for you to tear a book of thousands and thousands of pages. So bringing so many millions of people together, there's so many different forces and there's so many different perspectives. What I think we need to realize is all of the different perspectives, no matter how different they are, still need to be heard. If we are heard, we then are able to have dialogue. If we have dialogue, we are then able to comprehend. If we comprehend, we come together. And for someone to talk to me, you have to be inside of the same space as me, and I have to be in the same space as you for us to talk. And that is the best way to start, is by dialogue.
All right, everybody, you heard it. My name is Blaise.
My name is Ben.
This was 101
with BlaiseUp. To me, being Haitian, it means that no matter what, no matter how far or no matter how difficult things may be, you will rise. It's inside of your blood. It's inside of your nature. It's inside of your ancestry. You cannot be held down for long. For no matter what it takes, whether it is living or dying, you will somehow rise to the top.